Right, I'll give you all a minute to tune in. And it's Friday afternoon again, so it means my excuse to give you some songs. And again, it's a mix of my own songs. There's going to be one traditional one, there's going to be one cover. And hello, wherever you are. It's dismal here in Newcastle. It's just rained for 3 days, and it's going to rain for the next 3 days, but we're going to forget about that. The first song is one that I co-wrote with a friend. I'd written the lyrics some while ago and then hadn't been able to decide what to do with them, and then I was having a bit of an online chat with Danielle Banks, who lives in Buxton, who I'd met at a songwriting workshop, and we agreed that she would write some music to these lyrics I'd written, and she's done a cracking job. We haggled over the arrangement and eventually came up with an arrangement we could both sing. And it's a story song, which is my favourite sort of thing. Working for the paper, they send me on a story to interview an actor who has passed his days of glory. I had picked the venue, a quiet place to meet, for the whole room was his audience. He couldn't be discreet. He strode across the cafe, joined me where I sat. He was wearing horn-rimmed glasses and a big fedora hat. First he told me somehow I have displeased the face, but in my time I guess you know I acted with the greats. But you shouldn't meet your heroes, they are never what they seem. Once the mirror's broken, there are cracks across the dream. Don't break the fourth wall, no matter what they say. Focus on the halo, not on the feet of clay. Turned on my recorder, I put down my cup, I put away my notebook to help him loosen up. The story started flowing like cheap Chianti wine. He was listening intently, hooked on every line. Well, I don't work for variety, don't write for the stage. Best that I could give him was less than half a page. The story I created would be a tiny local rag. But you shouldn't meet your heroes, they are never what they seem. Once the mirror's broken, there are cracks across the dream. Don't break the fourth wall, no matter what they say. Focus on the halo, focus on the halo, not on the feet of clay. Only then I realized after he had gone, all he really wanted was his moment in the sun. The story I created would be cut out of the news, pasted in a scrapbook of playbills and reviews. But you shouldn't meet your heroes, they are never what they seem. Once the mirror's broken, there are cracks across the dream. Don't break the fourth wall, no matter what they say. Focus on the halo, focus on the halo, yes. Focus on the halo, not on the feet of clay. I'm just going to have a look at the notes coming up on the screen, see if this sound is good. Yeah, that's fantastic. Now a traditional song. This is a border ballad collected in the borders of Scotland in the 19th century. I think it's one of the ones that's known as a child ballad. And the longer I sing these types of songs, the more I realise I identify less with the young romantic lead and more with the grumpy fathers. How could that happen? So, Anarchy Gordon. Bonnie, there lives my love, my heart it lies on him. It will not remove, oh it will not remove, for all that I have done. Never will I forget my love, Anarchy, for Anarchy Gordon. He's bonny and he's broad. He'd entice any woman that ever him saw. He'd entice any woman, oh, and so he has done me. Never will I forget my love, Anarchy. Down came a father, stood on the floor, said, Jeannie, you trying the tricks of a whore. You care nothing for a man who cares so very much for thee. You must marry with Lord Sultan, forget young Anarchy. For Anarchy Gordon, he's only but a man. Oh, he may be pretty, where are all his lands? Sultan's lands abroad, and his towers they stand high. You must marry with Lord Sultan, forget young Anarchy. With Anarchy Gordon, I'd beg for my bread before I'd marry Sultan. To my head, with coal to my head, and with gown fringe to the knee. I'll die if I don't get my love, Anarchy. And you are my parents, to the church you may me bring, but unto Lord Sultan, no, I'll never bear a son. A son or a daughter, no, I'll never bend the knee. I'll die if I don't get my love, Anarchy. When Jeannie was married and from the church was brought home, she and her maidens so merry should have been. Oh, and she and her maidens so merry should have been. She's gone to a chamber, she's cried all alone, and it's come to bed, Jeannie, my honey and my sweet, to style you my mistress, or it would not be meet. It's mistress or Jeannie, oh, it's all the same to me. I'll die if I don't get my love, Anarchy. Down came a father, he spoke with renown, saying, you who are maidens, won't you loosen off a gown? but she fell down in a swoon, so low down by their knees, saying, "Look now, for I'm dying for my love Anarchy." The day the genie married was the day the genie died, and that's the day young Anarchy came rolling on the tide. And down came her maidens, and they're wringing of their hands, saying, "Woe to you, young Anarchy, for staying from the land, so far from the land, so long upon the flood. They've married your genie, now she is dead. Oh, you maidens, won't you take me by the hand and lead me to the chamber my love lies in?" And he's kissed her cold lips till his heart has turned to stone. He's died in the chamber his love lay in. I do like a bit of romantic tragedy. A short song now, which is not that difficult. This is a song I wrote a few years ago. I'll just get the other guitar. And my friend and I went to do a little bit of folk music in a school in County Durham. And the head teacher came to speak to us at half time, and he basically told us what the position was at that school. And I don't know if any of you have ever seen the pep talk that Bill Gates gave to high school students, where he was basically saying, don't expect everything to fall in your lap, don't expect too much, expect to work for it. Well, the problem is at this school was that it was the opposite. They couldn't get the kids to expect anything at all. So that's what the song is about. They are full of curiosity, bubbling with energy, good as any children anywhere on earth. It's not for lack of talent they grow up expecting nothing. They just have no conception of what they're really worth. There's little opportunity, no sense of aspiration, no jobs waiting for them if they stay around this town. We try to plant ambition, but it's such an uphill struggle. This town's been badly served, it can always bring them down. Oh, people say this town's a great place to come from. Whoever gets the joke will be leaving by and by. Decide they can do better and head off to the city. We're sad to see them leave, but glad to see them fly. My town was just like this one, it's such a tough decision. I only left to see what sort of life I could make. I never have believed in pulling up the ladder, so help me if you can, try and give these kids a break. Yes, help me if you can, try and give these kids a break. another change of guitar. Right, the great country singer Harlan Howard is said to have coined the phrase three chords and the truth as the essence of a song. And I'm just going to see what the comments are on the screen. Excuse me a minute. Right, here I'm back. I thought, what happened if you turn three chords and the truth on its head and come up with three chords and a lie? So I thought, somebody's got to have thought of this. It must be all over by now. But I looked on YouTube and found there was only one piece called Three Chords and a Lie, which was an instrumental by what appeared to be a Dutch heavy metal group. So I thought, it's free and clear, I can write that lyric. And it's a song which is perhaps a bit dark, but it's about somebody who's learned to stand up for themselves. I think it would be great as a woman's song, and I'm just waiting for somebody to take it off my hands and sing it. So if anybody wants it to perform, they're very welcome. Oh, you're full of excuses, but you don't make amends. We cannot be lovers, cannot be friends. You won't convince me, however you try, while you only give me three chords and a lie. Are you really awake? Are you really alive? Still hacking out that 1, 4 and 5. After all of this time, I'm wondering why you still come round with three chords and a lie. Who do you think you're trying to kid? Have you forgotten those things that you did? Or you're smooth as the snow, but your feelings are fake. I'm gonna ask you to go, you're just on the take. Maybe you'll see one day by and by I can't be one with three chords and a lie. Your face at the window, your knock on the door, I can't help thinking we've been here before. Your promise to change is just pie in the sky. It all comes down to three chords and a lie. Who do you think you're trying to kill? Have you forgotten those things that you did? Or you're smooth as the snow, but your feelings are fake. I'm gonna ask you to go, you're just on the take. Your promise to change is just pie in the sky. It all comes down to three chords and a lie. Oh, it all comes down to three chords and a lie. Now this is the time when you get the cover, and this is a lovely song by Nancy Griffiths. It's perhaps my favourite one of hers, and it's from an album called Little Love Affairs. And I sang this a little while ago, playing support for an act at one of the local folk clubs. It was Brian Willoughby and Catherine Craig. And Brian Willoughby is a fantastic guitarist who used to play with the Straubs for many years. He's a virtuoso. He's brilliant. Anyway, at half time he said, "Oh, I liked your Nancy Griffiths song." I said, "Oh, thank you." And he said, I used to tour with Nancy Griffiths at one time. I played guitar for her, and I thought, it's a good job I didn't know that before I performed. It would have been a bit nerve-wracking. But anyway, it seemed to go okay. So this is a slightly sad but very pretty song. Gulf Coast Highway, I work the rails, I work the rice fields with their cool dark wells. There's work the oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico. The only thing we've ever owned is this old house here by the road. When she dies, she says she'll catch blackbird's wing. She will fly away to heaven in some sweet blue bonnet spring. We walked through springtime when I was home. The days were sweet and the nights were warm. Seasons changed, jobs would come, flowers fade. She said the house felt so alone when the work took me away. When she dies, she says she'll catch blackbird's wing. She will fly away to heaven come some sweet blue bonnet spring. Highway 90, the jobs are gone. We tend our garden, we set the sun. This is the only place on earth blue bonnets grow. Every year they come and go in this old house here by the road. When she dies, she says she'll catch blackbird's wing. She will fly away to heaven come some sweet blue bonnet spring. And when we die, we say we'll catch blackbird's wing. We will fly away to heaven come some sweet blue bonnet spring. Thank you. Coming to the last one now, and no change of guitar this time. Just going to use a flat pick instead of a thumb pick. This is a song I wrote after a visit to Nashville in 2018. I was at a songwriting workshop, and the hotel was about 20 minutes drive from where the workshop was held. And so the taxi drivers were great because you could sometimes get quite a lot out of them. And on one day I said to this guy, "Are you local? Are you from around here?" And he came back with the immortal line, I come from Chattanooga, you might have heard of the place. And I thought, I'm having that. That's going in a song. So the theme of the song is based on what he told me, but I've filled in some bits, which I think I'm allowed to do. I come from Chattanooga, guess you've heard the name. I bring my cab to Nashville when there's a concert or a game. 3 hours on the interstate before I take a fare. Another 12 of driving before I go back there. I worked my way through college, it was the only way. Now I Uber through the evening, I write code in the day. We're saving for a wedding, a condo and a kid. I don't know an easy way, I just wish I did. My parents say I'm crazy to take on such a load. Ease off on the pedal, boy, or you'll run out of road. They say give yourself a little space, it won't cost a lot. But I know how hard they worked for the little that they've got. Some nights I get so tired I'd gladly throw it in, when the heat's as thick as honey sticking to your skin. But I don't know a royal road to where I want to be, and my girl in Chattanooga works just as hard as me. Now you've heard my story, what more can I say? We've reached your destination, so please enjoy your day. Thanks very much indeed. I love doing these. As you know, I love to perform, and it's something I can't do in real life at the moment. So the videos will probably continue, and I hope to see you probably next week. Thanks for listening, those of you who've been tuned in. Bye then.